All right, guys, let's get excited for, UFC Pavlovich versus Blaze, man. I do want to see this, right? I do want to see this. A couple cars, excuse me. There's a couple fights that I want to see. I want to break down, give you my predictions on. I don't know too much, but hey, man, I know enough, right? First fight we would get into would be that I'm looking forward to, honestly, would be women's flyweight bout between Priscilla Coachera and Karine Silva, okay? Now, this one's going to be a sleeper, right? This one's going to be a sleeper, right? I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I think there's only like 3 women fights on this card. But this one I was the most hyped for, right? Priscilla is a go-getter. You remember she made her debut for Shevchenko, and Shevchenko nearly killed her. You know what I mean? Bad stoppage. But, right? If you guys check out this channel called CT Society, it's funny, right? But, she's a savage, right? She's a savage. She's one to take shots, give a shot. She'll take a beating, give a beating. You know what I mean? And she can't be KO'd. Shevchenko showed that she just can't be KO'd, man. She just can't be KO'd. But her only loss are subs, so I think that's the only way she's going to be taken out is subs and a decision. I don't think Corinne has it in her like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like Corinne's like she's not a slouch herself either. She has great power. Great jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. But she's not high level yet. She hasn't even fought anybody who's high level at all. So I'm looking forward to that. She does, her record's like 15-4. So we'll see. We're going to see for this women's fight. But I'm definitely going to go with Priscilla for this one. I think Priscilla's experience. I think her being in the big show, the big lights. But I know this is going to be an Apex. You know how that is, smaller octagon. But I think Priscilla will get her hands on her, and she might even get a finish. But I could also see a unanimous decision for Priscilla. But that would be my pick is Priscilla, okay? Check it out, right? Next up for real, we got a bantamweight bout between Ronnie Yahya and Montel Jackson, okay? Now, Ronnie Yahya is, man, he's a super vet, right? Super vet. I mean, I remember, I don't remember, but I remember seeing fight footage of him fighting Fredson Pajau. Remember Fredson Pajau, right? He had like one fight in the UFC and they put him in the UFC game. Crazy, right? I always remember that name, Pajau, right? Fredson. But yeah, man, Ronnie Yahya's been here for a very long time, man. Very long time. So like, he's been fighting since like 2003 or something like that. Like, right? But he has a great sub rate. I expect him to sub Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson, he has no finishing rate. All right. He's a decisionator, okay? That's what he is. That's what Montel Jackson is. He's a decisionator. I mean, I wouldn't say that too much. He has two finishes in the UFC. But he was looking for a fight. I think he was looking for a fight or the contender, one of the two shows that, Danny White's on. But, yeah, I just don't see him doing anything against Ronnie Yahya. No, I think he's going to get subbed. Or Ronnie might get that decision, but I'm leaning towards submission. I think he's gonna get a submission. The guy's got over 21 subs, so I feel like it's gonna happen. He's just gonna run into him. He's gonna run into Ronnie Yahya, and he's gonna get put away. Okay. Now I'm gonna move on to the main card, because I don't really know too many people other than. Well, no, I'll go over this. Mohammed Usman, okay? Mohammed Usman. It's a heavyweight bout between Mohammed Usman versus Junior Tafa, okay? I know Justin Tafa. I know, Tai Tuivasa, Mark Hunt, those guys, right? Big old Samoan guys, right? So you got beefy Samoan, young Samoan beefy guy, right? And Junior Tafa, and he's taking on Mohammed Usman, who's Kamaru Usman's brother, man. You know what I mean? Little brother, a little big brother, right? But Mohammed, man, I don't know. When I saw him on The Ultimate Fighter, he didn't look impressive. It just doesn't. He's just big. He's a big guy, so I think he can swing for the fences and he can get the job done. But I think he'll try to more rely on wrestling, honestly, against a guy like Junior Tafa who could just put your lights out. So I'm going to lean towards Junior Tafa to put Mohammed Usman's lights out. That will be my pick. That's probably going to be your sleeper of the card right there. That fight right there alone, right? Because I almost missed it, right? But Junior Tafa all the way to beat Mohammed Usman KO, okay? Moving along. Jeremiah in the main card. We're going to the main card right now. Jeremiah Wells, okay? Who I'm looking forward to seeing, all right? He's only had 3 fights in the UFC, but they're all been finishes, right? So he's got, he's coming up there. We're going to see what he's about, man. We're going to see what Jeremiah is about. I'm looking forward to his fight, and he is fighting Matthew Semelsberger. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I've never heard of that name before in my life. But Matt, though, Matt is a decisionator, okay? He's not really nothing special. He's only got like 2 KOs, or you know what I mean, and like 7 fights, right? So, he's got 7 fights in the UFC, and he's only like 2 KOs, right? It's nothing special too much. I ain't gonna lie. With these young newcomers like, you know, Raul Rosas Jr. and stuff like that, now you're putting these guys in the spotlight so quickly, like a Bo Nickel. I think Jeremiah Wills is one of those guys, like a Bo Nickel, like a Patty and all that. So I'm invested in Jeremiah, and I expect him to finish. I expect him to get a fourth win, 4th victory, 4th finish. And, yeah, man, 4 minutes flat in the first round. That's what I'm going with, right? I mean, going that far, all right? Moving along, man, we got another lightweight bout between Bobby King Green and Jared Gordon. Now, last time we seen Jared Gordon, he got a controversial decision loss over Paddy Pimblett, which I thought he won. Looking at the fight, I watched the fight 3 times. He won that fight. He beat Paddy. Everyone knows it. We all know it. But he's getting a second shot. And I don't really think they're putting Bobby Green in here with Jared Gordon on purpose. So the winner gets Paddy. Because if you know, Bobby Green has been calling out Paddy Pimblett for the longest, man. And Paddy's been ducking him. But Bobby Green doesn't like these guys. Doesn't like these padded guys. You know, he doesn't like Dana White's, you know what I mean? Dana White's kids, you know what I mean, in a way. Like, he doesn't like when these guys get privileges and stuff like that. You know, he doesn't like the popularity over him, especially because Bobby Green's been here for so long. He's a crafty veteran. So, you know. But, hey, man, you always got to earn their respect. So I think this is going to be a great fight for these two gentlemen. I honestly think I'm going to go towards Bobby Green. He's got so much experience. He's been in there with the heaviest punchers, the best submission artists. He's been in there with virtually almost everybody you can think of, right? So I'm going towards Bobby Green. I think Jared Gordon's a go-getter. He's really tough, but he didn't really press on the gas as like I wanted him to with Paddy Pimblett. And I think, you know, Bobby Green will step on that gas if he gets that fight, man. And I think he'll step on the gas for this fight to get that fight. So, I'm leaning towards Bobby Green, even though Bobby Green doesn't have too much finishes himself, decisionator himself, but he makes an exciting fight as always. And yeah, I think he can get the job done this time. So I'm going Bobby Green, unanimous decision. All right, what we got? Brad Tavares versus Bruno Silva, okay? Brad Tavares is also a UFC veteran who I can't bet against, man. Brad Tavares is like 20 fights in the UFC, man. He's only been KO'd 3 times. By Bobby Knuckles, I think Edmund Sharbazian, right? And Tim Bosch. So I'm just like, you know, Tim Bosch don't even fight anymore. Edmund Sharbazian is fighting, I think, in, you know, a couple more weeks or so. But Bobby Knuckles, I mean, come on, man, he's a former champion. So, I mean, I just don't think you're going to knock out Brad Tavares. That's not going to happen. But we're talking about Bruno Silva, though. Got great hands. I mean, look what he was doing to Poatan. Poatan couldn't knock him out at all, so you're not knocking out Bruno Silva either. You got 2 guys who are just granite chins who can't just be knocked out. You can't knock Bruno Silva out. You can't knock Brad Tavares out. Well, you know, I'm saying it. I'm sorry I'm saying that, but you possibly could knock out Brad Tavares again, okay? But Bruno Silva, no, all right? I don't know, man. This is gonna be wild, man. This is gonna be probably my favorite fight, if anything. Brad Tavares and Bruno Silva, all right? But I'm not gonna lie to you. This is very hard to pick, but I'm probably gonna have to go with guys. Honestly, I'm gonna take Brad Tavares. I think Bruno Silva's great, and I do think he can chin check him, but I also think Brad Tavares can mix it up a little bit better. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, if you think he's gonna wrestle, he's gonna strike with you. If you think he's gonna strike, he's gonna wrestle. So I really think he's got the game plan to win this fight. I'm picking Brad Tavares. Oh man, I hate doing it, man. I like Bruno Silva, man. I might go back on that. I don't know. I'm wishy-washy. Let's keep it going. Bantamweight bout. This is your co-main event between Song Yadong and Ricky Simon. Man, let me tell you, Song Yadong is probably one of the most hyped up guys in a while that just, to me, is not that hype. I mean, he's had one finish. He finished one guy, guys. One guy, and it's like, yo, he's the greatest ever. I mean, he's a veteran here. He's been here since like 2017, but he hasn't done anything special. And since 2017, since he's been in here, he hasn't done anything special, man. He dropped one guy, man. One guy. I don't understand, man. Magic Marlon Moraes. He beat Magic Marlon Moraes. That's it. He got dropped by Corey Sandhagen. But he beat Marlon Moraes, man. That's it. That's the only guy he's beating here. Like we're running off this hype off of head kick punches to Julio Arce, and then we're coming straight off this Magic Marlon Moraes KO, and it's like, bro, it's Marlon Moraes though. You know, he hasn't been the same since when, so I just don't see the hype in this Song Yadong guy. I really don't get it. I'm being honest with you guys. You know, I root for him, but nah, I think Ricky Simon's got this, man. Simon beat Merab, okay? Simon beat Rafael Sensao. Ray Borg, man. He has had his ups and downs, but I really think he's going to push the pace in this one. I really think this is his fight. Ricky Simon is going to get this done, man. I think unanimous decision for Ricky Simon, man. But I could also see Song Yadong cracking him. This one's going to be tough, man, but I'm going Ricky Simon. I just don't see this Song Yadong hype. One guy, he finishes one guy, man. All right, moving along. Let's see. We got Curtis Blaydes for the main event versus Sergey Pavlovich, man. Razor Blades, right? This is going to be a hard one to call, too, because Sergey, everyone's talking about his apex, freakishly long ape arms. Like they're just godly. And it's like, bro, like, yeah, I don't care that he lost to Alistair, because Alistair is like ups and downs in his own career. It's not really bad to lose to Alistair. I mean, look at the guy. He's a freak monster. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, I just feel like they're counting Curtis Blaydes out. A lot of people are. A lot of these media people, they forget. Curtis Blaydes was taking it to Ngannou. Curtis Blaydes was making Ngannou fear the takedown. And the only reason why he lost the first fight is because he got his eye bubbled. He gets his eye bubbled a lot because he does get hit. He does get cracked. But people keep thinking that he's like, there was like, I don't even throw out names, but there was a couple people saying that he just gets knocked out a lot. And it's like, he's got knocked out by two guys, man. Like, you know what I mean? Two of the hardest hitting punchers in the UFC, Ngannou and Lewis. So of course you're going to get cracked. He got cracked by Alistair in their fight. He got cracked by Mark Hunt in their fight. But Curtis Blaydes still survived. So I just like, no, man, I don't think he's going to get cracked like they think. I think his wrestling is great. I think it's better than Pavlovich. I really think he can put him on his ass and he can really get the job done, man. I rock with Curtis Blaydes. But Sergey is just dropping people you don't expect him to drop like that. He went through Tai Tuivasa. He went through Derek Lewis. Even though it was early stoppage, he still went through Derek Lewis. Pavlovich is no joke, man. No joke. All right. This Russian knows what he's doing. All right. I don't care about the Maurice Green and the Shamil fights because, I mean, yeah, like, it's Maurice Green. But again, man, we're banking on if Apex Long Ape Arms can use those Stretch Armstrong arms to knock out, get another first round knockout. These are all first round knockouts. We want you to know. Sergey is not trying to go to the second round. He has not seen the second round since 2017. Okay? So he is kill or be killed. And with that mentality, going off these wins, I want to pick Sergey. I really do. But I like Blaydes' chances because all fights are, they start standing up, but they quickly can go to the ground. And I just don't think, though, honestly, I really don't think Blaydes can avoid the knockout for 25 minutes and wrestle him for 25 minutes. I don't think that's possible for Blaydes. So I'm going Sergey Pavlovich, first round knockout. Okay? That would be my pick right there. All right. Sorry this was a little long for you guys, but there was my picks. Those are the people I knew that I wanted to see fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing fight. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend. And, yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next episode, all right? I'm looking forward to these. All right, guys. See you.